Okay, welcome back in. I'm going to be reviewing Sunday's action from the National Hockey League. There were a total of 4 games, so not as crazy compared to Saturday night. So we're going to kick things off in Winnipeg as the Jets played host to the Minnesota Wild. In the first period, just over 4 minutes into that frame, Jake Middleton would kick things off for the Wild, getting his first goal of the season, assisted by Rossi, putting the Wild up 1-0 at that point. With just 2 seconds remaining, this game, it looked like it was going to be 1-0 heading into the second. But Mark Scheifele would break the tie with just 2 seconds remaining, as I just previously said. For Scheifele, that'd be his 4th goal of the year, assisted by Adam Lowry. There was no scoring in the second or third. We would need overtime to settle this one. And Kyle Connor would get the game-winning goal, a power play marker as well, assisted by Scheifele and Josh Morrissey. So the Jets would come back and win 2-1 in overtime. With the win, the Jets are still perfect on the season. They are 3-0-0. And after the overtime loss, the Minnesota Wild are 1-0-2. Now we're off to Dallas, where we have the Stars, who I believe did a back-to-back. Luckily at home, they didn't have a whole lot of travel. Sam Steele would kick things off in the first period, his first goal of the season from Blackwell and Harley. 16 minutes and 17 seconds of that period. Wyatt Johnson was scored just 13 seconds after that, getting his first goal of the season from Ben and Stan Coven. And there was no other scoring the rest of the game. 2-0 would be the final score. I do have to make this little correction because I said in their previous game that Casey DeSmith was the starting goalie and it was Jake Ottinger. This was the game that Casey DeSmith started and got his first game, his first win, and his first shutout as a member of the Stars after being acquired by the Vancouver Canucks during the offseason through free agency. So I just wanted to correct myself there. So there we go. So with the win, the Stars are sitting at 3-0-0 on the season. They're atop of the Central Division. No surprise there. And for the for the Seattle Kraken, they're 1-2-0. All right, now we're off to the Battle of Alberta as the Edmonton Oilers played host to the Calgary Flames. In the first period, Jeff Skinner would get his first goal as a member of the Edmonton Oilers from Ekholm and McDavid, 1:16 of the first period. There was no scoring the rest of the period, so it was 1-0 for the Oilers heading into the second. Rasmus Andersson would tie the game up at 1, getting his second goal of the season, unassisted, 7.5 minutes of the second frame. In the third period, Anthony Mantha would break tie, getting his second goal of the season from Prospel and Rasmus Andersson, 7 minutes and 6 seconds of the third. Justin Kirkland would get his first career NHL goal, so congratulations, assisted by Ball and Rasmus Andersson. That goal happened 9 minutes and 27 seconds of the third period. The Oilers would pull their goalie, Connor Zary would capitalize on that, getting an empty net goal, with just 24 seconds remaining, 4-1 at that point, and that goal was also unassisted. So for the Flames, they were starting the season off red hot. They are 3-0-0. And as for the Oilers, they couldn't ask for a worse start. 0-3-0. It's starting to feel like last season all over again. Do they have to make a coaching change? Something has to happen because I know I made my preview for the Oilers before. It's cup or bust this year. And if you start 0-3, you're not off to a very hot start. Alrighty, the last game from Sunday took place in Vegas as we had the Golden Knights. They played host to the Anaheim Ducks. So in the first period, Brett Howden would get his second goal of the year from Pietrangelo and Kolser, 6 minutes and 17 seconds of the frame, opening up the scoring for the Vegas Golden Knights. Troy Terry would tie the game up at 1, getting his first goal of the year, unassisted, 11 minutes and 49 seconds of the same period. So heading into the second, we were all tied up at 1. There was no scoring in the second, but to go ahead to the third, Thomas Hertl would break the tie, getting his first goal of the year, a power play marker from Stone and Jack Eichel, 5 minutes and 18 seconds of the third. And then Pavel Dorofiev would increase the lead to 3-1, getting his first goal of the season, assisted by Kolser, and that goal happened 14 minutes and 9 seconds of the frame. So the Vegas Golden Knights would secure the victory. They are 3-0-0 on the season, and as for the 1-1-0 after 2 games. Okay, that takes care of Sunday's recap from the NHL season. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. Until next time, and as always, take care.